I have to say, before we start, actually, I wanted to say that this is a great honour for me, because I can remember being, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, and my mum would allow me to stay up beyond a certain time in the evening only to watch the Parkinson show. She probably wouldn't have been quite as thrilled that I had to take my willy out to get on here.
You're talking about your mother. If it's okay, I'd like to ask about her, because I understand you have a very special bond with her. Mm-hmm. Can you elaborate on that? I mean,
well, I think it's like any. There's a special relationship between most mothers and sons, I think. And
did she know you were gay?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. She gave me a few hints when I was. A few hints when I was a teenager that it would be kind of okay for me to talk about it, I think, because I think mothers know much more aware of that kind of thing than fathers. Fathers, as long as you've had a few girlfriends, they just put it to the back of their mind. It doesn't even occur to them, you know. But mothers know you that much better. And I always assumed that my mum knew, really.
Because there's a very special song on your new album.
Which one? My Mother Had a Brother?
Yes. What is it about?
My mother had a very close. She came from a family of 4 or 5, and she was closest. The brother she was closest to in age and actually closest to. He was a gay man who hadn't. My mum presumes that he was a gay man. Presumed that he was a gay man, and he killed himself, unfortunately, within 24 hours of my birth. What I'm trying to say within the song is that life is much better now. You know, that things are much better, and that I live a very happy life as an openly gay man. I mean, I'm very open with the press, and quite often, especially recently, people, I think, are a little surprised at how open I am with them.
Then again, there are lots of times that you don't do any interviews, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't do interviews because I don't like the media attention that comes with it. But if I'm going to do interviews, I'm still going to be very honest, you know. You can be private to a certain degree, but I think maybe because when I was younger, I had to think about what I said because of my sexuality. Maybe because through all those years of being careful, now that I don't have to be, I'm not careful at all.
How is it to be George Michael?
How is it?
Yes.
Well, at the moment, it's great.
What's your state of mind at the moment?
It's fantastic. At the moment, I've got an album I'm really proud of, a boyfriend I'm really proud of.
You have to tell me about him, Kenny.
Okay.
You're together for quite some years now?
This will be 8 years this year, yeah. It's 8 years.
What does he do? I mean, does he work as well? Or?
He has his own job. He's over in the States at the moment, working. And he has his own job working in a sports company in America. But we see each other all the time, basically. We're very, very rarely away from each other now.
But he's not really into your musical side, is that true?
Well, he's become more, since he's been with me, he's become much more interested in charts and stuff like that, because he's really interested in sales, you know. But the creative part, he's not a very musical man, but he has a little bit more of a clue than when he met me.
He has to be with George Michael.
Bit, yeah.
Where do you live? Here in London?
Here in London, yeah. I love London. I love London. People in London think that I live in America because I'm never on the television, and they don't see me being, snapped out and about in London, because I do live a relatively reclusive life for somebody like me. So whenever I see people in England, they say, "Oh, how long are you here for?" And I'm like, "Well, I live here. I live here."
When you say I live a reclusive life, how should I imagine that? You're a lot of time at home?
Well, I'm a lot of the time at home, but also it means not going into the West End when I want to go to restaurants. It means not going to clubs. Luckily I'm old enough I don't miss any of that, really. The main thing is staying out of the way of the paparazzi, really.
Where will you be in 10 years from now?
If I was being an idealist, I would say I would hope that in 10 years' time I'm still making music, I'm still living with the man I love, and the media will be The media will have seen the error of its ways and will suddenly start treating people with dignity and respect. There you go. Never going to happen, but you can always hope.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.